Hello everyone, welcome to my nature blog. Today I am going to share the real story of Mount Everest. Mount Everest, the highest point of Earth at 8,848.86 meter, is a name that inspires awe, ambition, and reverence. Known as Sagarmatha in Nepal and Chomolungma in Tibet. It stands as both a geographical marvel and profound symbol of human determination. The mountain's history is not just about daring ascents and deaths on its icy slopes. It's also a story of natural creation, exploration, politics, science, and spiritual meaning. This is the real story of Mount Everest, from its ancient formation beneath an ocean to its rise as a global icon of adventure. Let's talk about geological birth, from ocean floor to sky peak. Mount Everest's story began over 50 million years ago, long before any human ever gazed upon its snow-clad summit. During the Mesozoic era, what is now the Indian subcontinent lay far to the south, part of the ancient supercontinent Gondwana. About 200 million years ago, Gondwana began to break apart. The Indian plate drifted northward at an astonishing rate, about 15 centimeters per year, until it finally collided with the Eurasian plate around 50 million years ago. This massive geological impact forced layers of marine limestones and sedimentary rock upward, forming the Himalayas. Fossils of sea creatures such as trilobites and ammonites found near Everest summit confirm its oceanic origin. Everest itself continues to rise slowly, about 4 millimeters per year, due to ongoing tectonic movement. Thus, the world's tallest mountain was born not from volcanic eruption, but from the immense compression of the Earth's crust. Okay, now coming back to let's talk about early awareness and spiritual significance. Long before Western explorers discovered it, Everest was already revered by the local peoples of the Himalayas. For the Tibetan, the mountain was called Chomolungma, meaning Goddess Mother of the World. It was a sacred being, part of their Buddhist cosmology. For Nepalese, particularly the Sherpa and Kirat communities, the peak was Sagarmatha, meaning forehead of the sky. It symbolized divine power, purity, and the meaning of heaven and earth. For centuries, Everest was not measured, climbed, it was worshipped. The high Himalayas were considered abodes of gods, spirits, and ancient deities. Local tradition forbids people from disturbing the upper reaches, reinforcing a sense of mystery and holiness around the mountain. Now we have to talk about the great trigonometrical survey and the discovery of Everest. The Western scientific world came to know of Everest through the great trigonometrical survey India monumental mapping project launched by the British in 1800 to measure the entire Indian subcontinent. By the 1830s, surveyors had reached northern India and began measuring the peak of the Himalayas using powerful theodolites. They could not enter Nepal, which was close to foreigners, so they took a reading from more than 150 kilometers away. In 1847, a British surveyor named Andrew Waugh, the Surveyor General of India, noticed a particularly tall peak he labeled Peak BVX. After several years of analysis and observation from different points, the team determined in 1852 that this mountain was likely the tallest in the world. The crucial calculation was made by Radhanath Sikdar, a brilliant Indian mathematician from Bengal, who first announced, "Sir, I have discovered the highest mountain in the world." After confirming the measurement, Waugh proposed naming it Mount Everest in honor of his predecessor, Sir George Everest, even though Everest himself had never seen the mountain and initially objected to the name. In 1865, the Royal Geographical Society officially adopted the name. However, the local names Chomolungma and Sagarmatha continue to hold deep cultural significance. Okay, we all know that all the exploration and the race to conquer. With the world now aware of Everest height, explorers and mountaineers turned their eye to it. However, Nepal remained closed to foreigners until after World War II. The only approach possible was from the Tibetan Plateau to the north. The first recorded reconnaissance was the 1921 British reconnaissance expedition led by Charles Howard Gordon, with George Mallory among the climbers. They mapped possible routes, particularly from the North Ridge and Northeast Ridge. In 1922, the British returned for the first two attempts. They reached about 8,320 meters, setting a world altitude record for the lodging 7 reporters in an avalanche. Then came the 1922 expedition, which remains one of the mountaineers' greatest mysteries. On June 8, 1924, George Mallory and Andrew Sandy Irvine set out for the summit from their high camp. They were last seen going strong for the top before clouds swallowed them. They never returned. For decades, the question haunted the climbing world: did Mallory and Irvine reach the summit before rising? Mallory's body was discovered in 1999 on the North Face, preserved by ice, but there was no proof they had reached the top. The closed year and the opening from Nepal. After 1922, Everest expedition halted due to political changes in Tibet and the outbreak of World War II. In 1950s, a major shift occurred. Nepal opened its border to foreign climbers for the first time. The changed Everest story forever, allowing expedition to approach from the southern side through the Khumbu region. That same year, a reconnaissance led by Bill Tillman explored the southern route where the Khumbu icefall and western Scone paving the way for the successful attempt that would follow. Okay, we all know about the Everest, the historical essence of 1953. In 1953, the British organized their ninth Everest expedition under Colonel John Hearn. Among the climbers were Edmund Hillary, a New Zealand beekeeper, and Tenzing Norgay, a Sherpa from Nepal. After weeks of preparation, the first assault team fell short. The second team, Hillary and Tenzing, set out from their final camp, 8,500 meters on May 29, 1953, battling cold, wind, and exhaustion. They reached the summit at 11:30 a.m. They spent about 15 minutes at the top, hugging and boarding, offering Tenzing flesh suits and a small cross in the snow while Hillary took photos. Their success was announced worldwide on the day of Queen Elizabeth II's coronation, June 2, 1953, making it a dual-day celebration for the British Empire. The pair became instant heroes. Sir Edmund Hillary was knighted and Tenzing Norgay became a national icon across Nepal and India. It was not only a triumph of endurance but also a symbol of cooperation between Western climbers and Sherpa mountaineers. Let's talk about the age of adventurers 1960 to 1980. The 1960s and 1970s saw a new era of exploration and national pride. Climbers from around the world now sought to reach the summit, each with unique routes and records. 1960s, a Chinese team claimed the first ascent from the north side, though details remained controversial. 1963, Jim Whittaker became the first American to submit alongside Sherpa Nawang Gokul. 1975, Junko Taibe of Japan became the first woman to reach the summit, a groundbreaking achievement. 1978, Reinhold Messner and Peter Habler made history by reaching summit without supplemental oxygen, proving it was only possible. 1980s, Messner solid Everest without oxygen, a feat once though impossible. During these decades, Sherpas gained worldwide respect as indispensable partners, guiding and supporting climbers through dangerous terrain and their gear. The dark side, tragedies, and overcrowding of Mount Everest. We can talk about next up. With fame came tragedy. Everest became both a dream and a death trap. Avalanches, gravels, altitude sickness, and storm claimed hundreds of lives. One of the worst disasters occurred in 1996 when a fierce blizzard killed 8 climbers during a single storm, the deadliest day at that time. The tragedy, later chronicled in John Crackle into Thin Air, explored how commercial expedition and overcrowding had made Everest more dangerous. In 2014, an advance in the Khumbu icefall killed 16 Sherpas, highlighting the deadly risks faced by local workers. In 2015, a massive earthquake in Nepal triggered avalanche that swept through base camp, killing 22 people. Everest's worst single-day disaster. All of you guys, now let's talk about modern era science and climate and controversy. Today, Everest is a paradox, both the sacred natural wonder and commercialized challenges. Each spring, hundreds of climbers crowd its slopes, By 2024, more than 11,000 successful ascents had been recorded with over 330 deaths. Modern technology, GPS drone, high altitude gear has made climbing safer, but also increased traffic jam at the dead zone, where oxygen levels are only a third of those at sea level. Climate change is reshaping the mountains. Glaciers are retreating, revealing bodies and debris long buried under ice. In 2019, Nepal and China jointly measured Everest, again confirming its current official height of 8,848.86 meters. Environmentalists warn that waste discards, oxygen cylinder, tanks, and even human waste is polluting the sacred slopes. In response, Nepal has imposed stricter climbing rules, requiring climbers to bring back trash and show prior high altitude experience. Scientific expeditions now study glacial melt, atmospheric changes, and biodiversity in the region. Everest has become not just a climber's global, but also a natural laboratory for climate and geological research. The Sherpa people, the heart of Everest. How we can know the Sherpas are heart of the Everest? Let's talk about them. No story of Everest is complete without honoring the Sherpa people native to the Khumbu region. Their physical adaptation to high altitude, deep knowledge of the terrain, and spiritual connection to the mountains make them the true backbone of every expedition.